Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our Orion Referral Awareness webinar. This short webinar today that probably will run around 15 minutes will cover one of the agents who works with us and his experience using our Orion Concierge Referral Service. First of all, I want to thank anybody that's viewing this video today for working with URL. I want to certainly thank you for your business. We know there's a lot of different places that you can work with, and we're glad that you choose to work with us. Also, anybody that's new on the call today, we'd certainly love to have a conversation with you about what we offer at URL and how we can partner together in the insurance industry. I'm Jim McDaniel, Marketing and Technology Director here at URL, and today we're going to talk with Brian Gay, who's a longtime agent with us, and he's going to share his experience using the Orion program. Brian wrote us a really great testimonial on his experience using Orion, and we've taken that and kind of turned it into a case study, and we're just kind of going to work through that case study today as we have Brian here on the call with us. So we'll speak with Brian. We'll talk about the kind of situation that he ran into where he needed to use Orion's services and the solution that we provided and how it affected his agency and the clients that he has that he refers to us. And anything that Brian would like to add at the end that we don't cover through the webinar here of what his experience was. So Brian, thanks for joining us. If you would, give us a little background on your agency, what you focus on with the clients, and what you do in the insurance industry here.
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Well, again, my name is Brian Gay. I've been with working alongside URL probably for about 22 years. And primarily we focus on my agency, which is really a merger between not only myself, my partners who are with Waddell and Reed. We also have a couple attorneys that we put together over the last couple of years to service retirement planning. Really what we tried to do is we tried to look at this market over the last 4 years and just try and maximize everything we could, knowing that right now in the retirement industry, this is the largest transfer of wealth in history, with these baby boomers retiring at about 11,000 a day for the next 20 to 25 years, depending on whatever report that you read. There's a lot of money to be transferred into safe money and done responsibly, but not only just money, but all the other issues that attack them. So what we have put together has been something of a complete detailed retirement plan. But one of the things that we never considered, we did such a great job at putting together workshops, free workshops and informationals, that we really ran into a problem, and that was something you never hear of, and that's we had more appointments than we could actually handle. So
great. Well, that's certainly a good problem to have.
Yeah. So I really wanted to focus more on the Orion here than actually what we do, as far as because the Orion has been a lifesaver for us, not only just for annuities, but other different parts of the industry. So we, in talking with Joe Corio at the office the one day, we were just, talking about the success of what we put together. And I just mentioned, hey, by the way, we're going to run into some problems because I think we have more appointments than our retirement planners can handle. And as I was shared with Jim earlier today, everyone, that I kind of had that aha moment when he shared with me Orion and what that entails. Again,
so talk a little about the situation that you kind of, you had an overflow of clients and like how that kind of transitioned into you using the services.
Yeah, when I talk about complete retirement planning, most people out there that call themselves retirement planners really have one focus, and that's to transfer money to make commissions and go to the next client. We kind of come from a different school, and that is to take care of a client, not worry about the money you make, but really take care of them in the retirement. So that would not only include annuities that we mainly focused on, but it also spilled over into Medicare, spilled over into long-term care situations and everything that comes with it. And that's really where the problem arose, was I'm not licensed in Medicare. So the aha moment really kind of came collectively, not only with, taking overflow of appointments, but also with it appeared that our agency had a lot more services to offer, which gave the perception that we were larger and more full service by springboarding or leveraging URL's Orion program. And I got to admit, Jim, that, I've been with URL for a long time, and I knew there was Orion and Apollo and all these, but I never really paid attention or read detail-wise what they entailed. And when he told me, I said, "You're kidding me. You mean you guys, I just give you the name of the client, the situation, and that department will handle it?" He goes, "Yeah, and you get paid." Well, that's all I needed to hear. So it really did arise to where we had a problem with working with the Medicare portion. And not only that, but then the overflow of appointments, we just hand them to Joe or Maria or Cody. They sit down, they're very knowledgeable, they go through, they put the retirement plan together based upon our templates, and we get paid. And I don't lift a pen.
Well, that's great. So you learned about Orion just kind of by in conversation with Joe, had heard about it. And so like on the solution side of things, what value would you say your clients experience by being able to use the Orion program?
Well, after a while, when I really thought about, because we really do come from a place of quality and service. I know people say that, but we really do. My faith, I'm convicted by my faith, and it's a personal faith, but, and being good stewards of those that you're entrusted to, we take that very seriously. So with the problem of not being able to cover adequately, excuse me, everyone, these types of things, I didn't have a problem with handing it to Orion, because you're talking about the best of the best of the best inside inside of URL, that have their finger on the pulse on a daily basis in these specific areas. So if I'm handing a client over for an annuity or to do a quasi retirement plan or a long-term care situation or a Medicare situation that I'm not versed in, I know that these people work in that department, specifically for that department, and have their finger on the pulse and know 50 times more than I do. So I know when I hand them over, I'm handing them over to a better situation than if I handled it on my own. And that's,
sure.
And that really is where that comes from. So when you look at that, the power of that, it just took our business to a whole level, and really a new mindset that whatever URL has, not only their credibility. So if you're an agent out there that's listening and you've been, maybe a year or a couple of years, and you're just trying to find your way and trying to set structures up, you're missing the boat if you really don't dive in and research and talk in your specific area about the Orion. Because even though you've been in for a year, you can utilize the 33 years of credibility as a partner, with URL. And that way you have the appearance, not that you're misleading them, but you have the appearance and in the backing of a 33-year-old company that just is the pinnacle of everything, no matter what you want to offer. So that to us was just, again, another aha moment. And paycheck wise, we see that effect on a weekly or almost a bi-weekly basis of our paychecks being affected by something. I never pick the pen up and I get a check and another service.
So clients get taken care of, and then you're starting to talk a little bit about it, but the value that you and your agency experience from, increased revenue to what other aspects would you say it helps your agency out?
Well,
I think you alluded to some of them in the beginning with the being a bigger looking agency and being able to offer more things. I think that's part of it too.
Well, not only now, from that point on to speed up, probably 9 months ahead now, not 9 months. We collaborate. Now, I do have the luxury that most of you may or may not have that are on the call. I live 22 miles from URL, and I'm there almost on a daily basis, but it wouldn't hold you back from doing what we do on a call. And that is, we collaborate almost on a daily basis, not only with Jim, who does, and Sarah and their department, who do an amazing job. And if you don't know, how they can affect your business, help out with marketing and setting things up, that's another value add. But also, we collaborate daily or at least weekly with Joe and Cody And those Kelly and Lindsay from Medicare, we collaborate on the future. Where's the future? Where can we expand out? How can the Orion, and they'll open their arms wide to you, and they will give you suggestions. They'll brainstorm. Jim will, at some point, can even put something together for you that looks extremely professional that you can get out there in the market when you're using Orion. So how has this affected our agency? It's pretty much doubled it in business and size, maybe a little less than double, but the future with Orion and URL as the wind beneath your wings, the sky's the limit. It comes down to thinking outside the box and including them in it and let them give their 2 cents, so to speak, and triangulate it. So
that's great, Brian. Really kind words for sure. Appreciate it. I'm certainly glad to hear that. And that is true. That is another aspect of it that maybe sometimes people don't think about, but certainly appreciate you sharing that side of it. Anything else you want to add about your experience with Orion that we kind of haven't talked about yet already?
Well, yeah, there's something, again, if anybody out there is doing any type of seminar or those types of things, one thing I will roll out that and Jim has worked closely, and Sarah on this with myself and Joe, we're moving to go into 55 and over communities close by to do a workshop that we're giving because we're so busy, 100% of those appointments to the Orion, 100%. So it doesn't mean that you have to do your workshops or go out and see your clients or however you're getting them in bulk, so to speak, for lack of a better term. You can go and do something specifically while you're doing your core business. Go out here, do something, and the appointments that come off of that, give it all to Orion. So we're experimenting with that right now. And when you look at that down the road and you cookie cut that in your different markets close by, you could quadruple the size of your business and don't put any more effort into it than you're doing right now. That's what we see. That's what we see in the future.
Wow, that's great to hear. I mean, it's one of the things, when we talk about it, we talk about extra revenue without extra effort, and that's kind of what you summed up right there. So certainly thank you for those kind words, and I'm glad that you've had a great experience so far. So that kind of concludes our interview with Brian here. To finish up, all the month of July is Orion Referral Awareness Month, ORAM as we've been calling it here. Throughout the month, if you haven't seen it, we've got some bonus programs. So if you submit at least one referral, we'll put you in a drawing for a cash prize at the end of the month, and the top Orion referring agent through the month will also get another individual prize. We have a day in the life, so you can kind of see with each of the different internal salespeople that we have in the Medicare, life, health, and annuity markets, you can see the people that actually work your referrals and learn about their process and kind of get to know them better, and another layer of comfortability with those people. We did a coffee chat earlier in the month that kind of just went over what Orion is, so you kind of had an idea of what the program's about, who it's for, and how you can use it. And we've had this webinar and others, and it kind of culminates at the end of the month. If you're a local person or want to come into town for it, we're going to have an event downtown Harrisburg at the Millworks on the 31st, and we're going to invite clients, agents, everybody that is interested or has taken part in the Orion program that want to learn more, or just have a couple of drinks and meet some of the people that work with us. So certainly appreciate everybody on the call today. I'm going to flip over real quick to our website. If you want more information on Orion, you can come to our homepage, urlinsgroup.com, and you'll have the 4 main buttons here. If you click on Orion, that'll get you in. You can get more information on Orion Awareness Month. If you need to submit clients, you can obviously use this form or call us direct, and we'll be glad to take that kind of stuff over the phone. Learn about the different services that we have, and you can visit that page to learn more. So, Brian, thanks again for taking your time to do this for us. We really appreciate it. Everybody that took their time to jump on with us today. Appreciate your business, appreciate your time there, and we look forward to speaking with you and learning more about Orion. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you.